It truly is one of the most beautiful places in Ottawa. I have gone on walks with my wife and my dogs and my kids to Beechwood Cemetery. I happen to live in the area, and if you don't live in the area, I encourage you to go and visit because it is just spectacular. And they have a wonderful initiative. They partnered up with some other organizations for this initiative. Here to tell us more about it, I am joined by Nick McCarthy. He's the Director of Marketing, Communications and Community Outreach with Beechwood. And I think you'd agree with me, obviously, you know, probably biased on your own end, but I mean, it really is one of the most beautiful places to visit here in our city, isn't it?
Yeah, we're very lucky to have such passionate people that love us and come out on a regular basis to see everything. And we've been part of the community for 150 years as of next year, and it's going to be a big year for us. But right now, I think we're looking to sort of remember a little bit more and sort of educate Canadians across the country.
Yeah, and you're doing that with your latest initiative, all around the the 80th anniversary of Dieppe, with some of your partners. Tell us about the initiative.
So we're encouraging people to rethink Dieppe, right? For the longest time in Canadian history, the Dieppe Raid was seen as sort of a massacre, was seen as a failure of operation. You can imagine us, Canadian soldiers, going to Europe, and it's the first big mission that we're allowed to take the lead on, right? General
Right.
Criar is there. We're getting ready. 6,000 troops are ready. They're ready to take the town of Dieppe and start the process of taking back Europe. But of course, as we know, it was a massacre. About 5,000 were either wounded, taken prisoner, or killed. And so it was considered a failure from the Allied perspective. But over the course of the last 80 years, and you can imagine as things get declassified, that we're starting to learn that it was not only just a raid. It was actually an intelligence gathering. And the Canadians were able to, with their sacrifice, sort of lead the way to what became D-Day. So that's what we're
Right.
asking Canadians to look. We have a lot of family members who were either part of Dieppe, who part of D-Day, who went to Juno Beach, who really sort of were part of that World War II effort. Almost most Canadians do have family, so we're asking people to sort of think and rethink what Dieppe actually means. So we're inviting students because it's very much a student-led organization initiative because we've got
Okay.
our partners, No Stone Left Alone and the Juno Beach Center, but we're asking them to really rethink what Dieppe is and what it meant to World War II.
And you're asking them to write letters. You
Yeah.
know, what an interesting perspective, especially from students. You know, do you wonder what their perspective might be compared to how you've just described Dieppe and how that conversation has changed over the last 80 years?
I think that's what's going to be quite interesting.
Yeah.
People from across the country and across the world, any expat Canadians can definitely join in. We've got 3 different places where you can send letters. On the East Coast, it's here in Ottawa, so at Beechwood. We've got our partners, No Stone Left Alone, out of Edmonton, and then the Juno Beach Center. They're celebrating Dieppe as well with a massive exhibition at the center in France. But we're encouraging, and all the information's on all 3 websites, so you don't need to look it up. But we're encouraging them just to write letters, and we're going to bring these letters to France, to the Dieppe Cemetery, as well as have a few of the remaining veterans receive these letters.
Yeah, and it goes beyond the soldiers themselves as well, right? Because the impact went beyond them. The impact went to their families, right? Their extended family. I
Yeah.
mean, it's amazing how much of an impact it had, and I don't think we realize as a nation, that sort of trickle down effect, right?
I think we have those big Canadian moments, right? We've got Vimy Ridge in World War One. We've got Passchendaele. We've got Juno Beach. But Dieppe really was this sort of very important moment in World War II. So I think that's what we're trying to get people to realize, and we're hoping that people will reclaim it, right? The idea of reclaiming this catastrophe.
Yeah, absolutely. Nick, for those people that want to get involved, find out more information, what's the best way?
Just go on either Beechwood's website, either No Stone Left Alone's website, or Juno Beach website. We've got plenty of information, or just follow us on social media, and you're going to see regular prompts to encourage people to do it. And this is a great way to sort of talk to your kids and talk to the next generation about that sacrifice, that idea of people who went overseas for king and country at the time and fought for something bigger than us.
Yeah, well said. A great way to end the segment. Thanks so much for joining us, Nick. Really appreciate it. And thanks to you at home. We'll see you next time right here on Daytime.